Okay guys, we are diving into the Kill Team Typhon box set. I know it sold out super quickly. A lot of people missed out on it. That is unfortunate. But just remember, on its official launch day, which is like 2 weeks from now, after the pre-order thing is over, like independent stockists and official Warhammer and Games Workshop stores will have it on the shelves. So if it's something you're really hunting for, think about going into one of those places on that day and trying to secure your copy. If not, all the individual bits will of course be coming out separately. So I'm going to continue producing the videos needed to show off this entire box set. So in today's video, we're going to be tackling the Ravagers, and we're going to be doing it in my personal Hive Fleet, which I've gotten about 6,000 or 7,000, 8,000 points of at this stage, and I think you guys enjoy them. So let's dive in and get the Ravager painted up. Okay, so this is one of the new Raveners from the new Kill Team box set, and as you can see, it's absolutely stunning. We've been waiting for new Raveners very patiently for quite a long time now, and as an avid Tyranid collector, they've definitely been missing from my armies for quite a long time, so I'm very keen to get this squad painted up. Now, I have built it as the Kill Team squad, so I had all the like funky squad kind of parts on all of them, but for the majority of the time, I will be using them as just a normal squad of 5 Raveners on the table. They look a little bit funky, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be painting them in my Hive Fleet Morrigan scheme, which is what all my Tyranids are painted. It's my own personal Hive Fleet, but a lot of people have taken up that banner, and the ranks of Hive Fleet Morrigan have indeed swelled and grown. I've done a bunch of videos showing how to paint this scheme, but for some reason it doesn't seem to matter that I already have the how to paint these Tyranid scheme a million times on the channel. People want the exact model shown in the exact steps. I don't know why, but I'm going to do it anyway for you guys to make sure you know what's up. So as you've seen, the model was sprayed black and then sprayed grey. After that, we hit all of the fleshy parts with Guilliman flesh. And once that was fully dry, we got for Carrienberg Crimson and painted that all over the flesh again. After that was fully dry, because we have the dry brush now, so you do have to make sure it is fully dry, we're going to use a little bit of Ushapti Bone, a large flat dry brush, and we're going to dry brush the entire miniature, well, all the skin parts, a bone color. This is going to give us that kind of sickly pink raw skin tone that I really love for my Tyranid models. It is very low effort with really high rewards. The skin you get from this technique looks really good. And like I said, it takes 3 paints and absolutely no time whatsoever. It's also really cool because you can honestly take it to this level and then divert away to your own thing. You take the skin, which I have seen people do before, and then they paint the carapace in a totally different way, black or yellow or whatever they want. Mine, however, is done in blues. The reason for that is Hive Fleet Morrigan is basically fights a lot in snow terrain. So these burrowers are burrowing up out of deep, thick snow. That's why they have that kind of raw pinky skin. It's the idea is the skin is slightly kind of frostbitten, and they've adapted to fight in colder climates. You'll notice at the end I put Volupus pink into all the recesses and all the cracks and crevices and stuff like that, and that's once again the idea of them pumping warmer kind of blood through their systems to keep them going in their colder climates. I've thought this whole thing through. Hive Fleet Morrigan is eternal. So we've done Stegodon Scale Green, and we're going to use this for all the carapace and all the chitin parts of this model. Once again, taking your time because at this stage the skin is pretty much done, so we do not want to hit it with any of the blue sections because it would be a nightmare to go back and try and fix. We very patiently use a nice sized brush with a fine point and go around doing that. And because we have such a bright base coat on at this point, you will probably have to do 2 coats of Stegodon Scale Green on the larger, flatter panels like his back carapace. Just be aware of that when you're doing it. After we have the base coat on all of the blue sections, we are going to block in all of the colors for all of those claws and sharp talons and everything he has. As you can see, all the white bits left over are the weapons on this thing. So you can see he is bristling from head to toe in claws. Now, a bunch of them run up the sides of the model and the tail. That's actually to help him burrow, crawling through all those tight things and exploding out into the middle of enemy ranks and causing havoc. So just to distinguish them, I just do them with a simple coat of Black Templar contrast. Once again, certain spikes and talons are really large, hence the one on the tail, and the 2 big claws he has over his head. So they probably need a second coat of Black Templar just to get a nice solid coat the whole way across, and you don't want any of that streaky white showing through. Okay, all the base coats are now kind of blocked in, so we're just going to highlight some of these areas, add some effects, and we're going to have a very quickly done nice model. So Altiac Blue is then used And as you see, we're using a feathering technique. So we're pulling the brush towards ourselves. All of these lines are going to go in the same direction. We're not looking for a smooth coat. We're not looking for a solid coat. It's supposed to be kind of broken up. The previous color is supposed to show through. It's supposed to not look like the side of a tank. It's an organic thing. So having a more mottled effect will add to the final appearance of the model. So don't worry if one line is a little thicker or one line's a little thinner. When you get to the end, you won't notice anything like that. You will just have a really nice looking blue carapace Tyranid. There is an extra step that we're going to help to break up the blue again. It's one of my favorite things to do to all of my Tyranid models. And it's just such a simple technique. And one that I never would have thought of myself. A good friend of mine had to tell me to do it when I showed him my first kind of, I don't know, rough test model for my Tyranids. He said it was missing something. He suggested doing this, which was to water down Doombull Brown and paint it in between all of the carapace parts on these Tyranids. I was dubious to do it, but once I did do it, I knew, of course, he was right. And I've been doing it on every single Tyranid model since. So, yeah, big kudos to him. So as you can see, Doombull Brown watered down about 50-50 until it flows. It's about the consistency of milk. And then you basically paint it in between all the cracks and crevices and between the different armor panels across the Tyranid. Like I said, it breaks up the blue, adds in once again another kind of feeling of it belongs in nature. It's a real natural tone. And it just adds something to it, real extra pop of color. Okay, you can't see the huge effect that the Doombull Brown had across this miniature. It makes such a difference. I love it. Okay, we're now going to talk about that Volupus pink layer that I talked about before. So basically anywhere where kind of elbows and joints move on the inside, you will have a kind of a softer, fleshier area. Where the arms kind of meet the torso, you'll have those same kind of areas. You also have his tongue. And then there'll be splits on the outside of the arm as well. We're going to just hit all of those with a quick coat of Volupus pink. It adds a really nice, quick, effective kind of pink and warm tone to the model. It takes absolutely no time whatsoever. Like, you could sit down with the entire kill team of the new Kill Team box set, all 5 Raveners, and I swear to God you could paint them up in, I'd say, 2 hours flat, the entire thing, which is a really good going for a nice squad of Tyranids. Most of the time for me painting these guys was taken up waiting for different steps to dry. But if you're painting 5 guys all in one go, by the time you get to the last one, the first one is dry and you can move on to the next coat, which is kind of why that kind of batch painting thing does work. Adding a lot of textured snow to the base to have it look as though he is exploding out of a snowdrift or something. If you knew these things were underneath the ice, would you step out onto the snow? I don't think I would. That sounds like a hellish idea. I mean, Gene Steelers running at you from across no man's land is one thing. These things exploding out of the ground? No, thank you. Anyway, here is the finished first new plastic Ravager that I own. Really pleased with the final result. He will sit in with my infiltration style Tyranid army very nicely. I will paint up the other 4 very soon. And I will be giving you guys a video on the scenery, even though it's going to be pretty much this video again, but the miniature case will be a different shape, but you guys will want to see it like that anyway. And of course, I will be delivering one on the new Mechanicum stuff as well in the next couple of weeks. So if you are curious and want to see the rest of the Kill Team stuff, please do make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment, check out things like Patreon, affiliate links, all those other good things down below, which help support the channel. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.